Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, you're checking out the newest episode of The Flash, Season 9, the final season of the show. This is Season 9, Episode 4. Not sure of the title. I'll find out as I'm watching the episode or after the fact, whatever. So, last week's episode was the official reveal of who Red Death was. And if you saw the pictures online or you heard all the rumors and theories and all that kind of stuff, there was a couple of possibilities, but there was obviously one possibility. And there was some backlash, actually a lot of backlash to people that were taking the clip of where Javicia, aka Red Death, of course, this version of Ryan, takes off her helmet, the Red Death helmet, says, "I am vengeance." And the way she says it, a lot of people have been criticizing that. I understand, because maybe the line could have been delivered better, but for me, I'm really curious about this version of Red Death. It was never going to be Bruce Wayne. I'm curious to see what they're going to do, and based off, because I did watch the promo that aired right after last week's episode, and it's pretty clear we're going to get more Red Death, so I'm excited to see what they're going to do. The season so far, for me personally, I'm not speaking for anybody else, I've overall enjoyed it. There's been some slow moments, there's been some moments I wish it could have been done better or differently, but I'm enjoying the show so far, and I think, you know, we're getting some decent stuff here. Like, trust me, this could be a lot worse. And I've seen worse from this show and, of course, others. But for me, I like the Red Death buildup, and I like the new rogues they're introducing. Some are better than others, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm curious to learn more about Red Death, so I'm going to stop wasting time, guys. Let's get to now the newest episode of The Flash Season 9, Episode 4. Let's go.
How long until it's finished?
Oh, that's cool.
It would be helpful to know how you expect me to power it.
Leave the power source to me. Criminals. A superstitious and cowardly lot. Quivering like mice in their little holes.
So we don't know who the rogue's new partner is, or
oh, they're investigating. Okay.
Form, but we do know.
Maybe he doesn't want to be the Avatar. Maybe he's just.
We don't know what the treadmill's being used for. It's supposed to end like this?
Ryan Walder's last known location the day that she disappeared. She's the CEO of Wayne Enterprises.
Right before the Red Panda's second game, Peyton has a dream.
Oh my god. We haven't seen her in so long. Look at the houses.
What, you're talking to a realtor?
I know. I'm sorry.
Not looking at any houses, not until we've thought about what a move like this would even mean.
Oh no. Oh shit. I like how they just start running immediately. They don't even know if this is a bad or good guy. Or, you know, they have no idea.
I know what you're doing.
I don't know if you do.
Trying to build a cosmic treadmill and who you really are.
You want to know who I am? I am vengeance. I am the night. I am the Red Death.
Oh shit. It's been a long time since we've seen him. Holy crap. Yeah. She wasn't lying.
Where am I? You're in hell.
I don't know if this is hell, though.
Trying to run. Been waiting to get even a long time. We see who's behind the mask.
I mean, everyone else knows.
I wouldn't do that. You're gonna build the Red Death's cosmic treadmill for him.
Him?
Oh, you see? Yep.
You said you wanted to talk.
Let's talk.
So let's talk.
When the liquid droplets and the ice crystals collide, they become static electricity. We need to collide with our opposites to solve our problem. Wait, are you saying we need to call Barry's Rogue Squad?
Powerless. Take off your helmet. Come on.
I don't know who you are. Now it's corrupted your mind.
And you think I can be saved?
I've seen it happen before. How would you know that?
Because I know you are. You see, you're just one part of my plan.
One part, okay.
There's someone else who's far more important than you.
They're knocking, but they're not saying who they are. Be careful.
Ryan Wilder?
That's not Ryan. At least not our Ryan, no.
1 second, I'm crossing the bridge into Central City. The next, this wave passed over my car.
Barry thinks he's the avatar of the negative speed force.
Iris.
Let me guess.
Iris.
When he attacked you, did he steal anything, gear, tech?
Yeah, he ransacked my utility belt. How'd you guess?
You got from Gotham to Central City in a day?
My car drives really fast. I want to help you take down this Red Death.
Hit by an EMP and now fighting.
Don't trust her. My God, Iris.
Meet the harmonic frequency tracer. We set this
Hi.
to Flash's vibrational biometrics. We can find him anywhere on the planet.
What's the first thing you do to any detainee in this town? You medicuff him.
Wait,
You don't understand.
I'm confused.
The negative speed inside you is clouding your mind.
What?
I'm something far more powerful.
What the fuck? What?
Your speed's artificial. Only organic speed can power the treadmill.
Wow.
Only organic speed can power the treadmill.
Okay,
That's why I'm here.
Iris.
Well, looks like he's got plenty of help.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, so does Barry.
She knows something's up. Please,
I
Iris.
get it. It's-
Iris. Yep.
Ryan Wilder's mother was killed by the Wonderland gang. Ryan has never been in this house. Okay, my name is Ryan Wilder, but I'm from another timeline. One just like this one, except for there, the Flash is the world's greatest villain. I thought if you got to know me, if we formed a connection before I had to drop this bomb, you'd hear me out. The Waynes adopted me when I was only days old, and when they were gunned down in the alley, I swore to protect my city. Hush. Simon hurt even my own brother. I studied the technology of my enemies. And I engineered my own versions of it, starting with my ally from the League, Flash. I mined the data from Flash's suit. With Flash's power, I could put a criminal behind bars before they even thought of committing a crime. They tore apart my entire city trying to kill me. Why would the Flash do something like that? Even the Flash has his demons. You're my only hope.
I don't trust it. I don't trust the story.
Joe.
For the first 20 years of his life, thought I'd ran out on him. They had to deal with burdens I wish they didn't have to carry.
No thanks.
Oh, he won't even take it.
Good to his dead.
What happens when she turns on that treadmill and busts a hole in the timeline?
Yeah, what happens?
Decides it's
Yeah.
a lot easier to just kill you than help you bring Frost back.
People make mistakes.
Stop giving him chances, Barry.
It's too late for me. No, you're wrong. It's never too late for second chances.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you
You
for a
and Iris were
second.
best friends. You knew her better than anyone in the world.
Yep.
Because she can't.
Because she's dead.
All I could do was throw a lightning bolt and hope it landed.
And it hit Iris.
I was
Ooh.
meant for the Flash, but you killed her. It's the rest of your story that I'm struggling with.
I
So
don't
we have
believe
this
it.
thing in journalism called a red team. You're the one trying to stop crimes before people can even think about committing them.
Exactly.
Did the Flash really turn against you? You want to kill him? You're damn right I do.
Iris, you should have shot her like 2 seconds ago.
But you want to get nuts?
What? Okay, that's cool. Oh my god, I can't believe they did that. Revealing yourself right away.
Wilder?
Yeah, well,
I'm just a woman trying to get home. She needs me alive, but I don't need you undamaged.
I'm assuming Joe Blaine is gonna double cross, whatever. Yeah, see, there's something planned. Oh, shit. Oh. I'm glad she was there to stop it. Jesus. Now they know where he is. Let's go.
Never too late.
I knew it. Yep. Ooh. He's gonna take out all 4 of them, really? Oh, come on.
No, seriously charging. We gotta go right now. No, I'm not gonna leave him behind.
Oh, shit. They're leaving him. Yeah. I don't think he's dead. Because we didn't see the body, you know what I'm saying? So.
It's not the way we do things. We don't leave people behind.
And what choice did we have?
Mark ain't dead. Even though I want him to. Kidding. I mean,
He saw which way the wind was blowing and switched sides.
Ooh.
Different than the rest of you? Mark's life doesn't matter any less than the rest of you.
Are you seriously defending the guy who tried to turn you into his dead ex?
Yes.
She'll just pack it up and go home.
She can't.
Can't. She's stuck.
She's from a different timeline.
After tonight, it just reminded me of
Ugh.
how
This should
little
happen.
time any of us might have left. That was stupid.
No, it's not. It's
It's not stupid.
It's Mommy saving the day.
That's right, baby girl.
Oh.
Mommy is a superhero. I want Janet to have a safe and normal childhood. But what are we telling that little girl up there? If you quit now.
The Flash won't let me go back to my world.
Okay.
We will bring the war.
So a lot happened in this episode. A lot for sure. Let me say my negatives real quick, which I'll probably still talk more about them later, but real quick, because there's a lot of things positive I have to say about this episode in terms of Red Death, the huge long scene between Iris and Ryan, of course, Red Death, and all that, and a couple other things as well. But real quick, Barry is trying so hard to get Chilblain, and he's not dead. Marcus is clearly not dead, okay? They're just playing that up. We didn't see the body. We didn't see the body. He's not dead. But the whole thing of just trying to give him so many chances to stop Barry. And, of course, he's turned again. He betrayed again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like... and also, the Allegra and Chester thing, I was, as you saw on my face, I'm only going to keep a small bit of my reaction in there. Literally, I am just dead-faced. Because this conversation between Allegra and Chester should have happened fucking weeks ago, and they continue to keep pulling this horse shit if they're not going to talk yet. And they gave some valid story points, but it's just prolonging the inevitable. They're going to get together. I'm fucking done with it. I'm done with this. I was done with this thing weeks ago. I'm sick of this shit. Just get them together and leave it the fuck alone. I'm seriously mad at that because it's so irritating because they're clearly just prolonging the inevitable. And it's not interesting. Their relationship or their potential relationship, it's boring as shit. I don't care. Okay, I was actually more invested in fucking Joe and Cecile in this episode. And, of course, their characters are more likable. And Jenna, by the way, what the hell? Jenna just magically shows up after years of being absent. They've referenced Jenna, they just never talk about her. And all of a sudden, she was in a lot of this episode. And Cecile saved her, which was a cool little moment. So, yeah, those little things just irritate the shit out of me. One little Red Death bit, too. The let's get nuts. The Michael Keaton Bruce line, of course, that... You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. It was too much. It was too much. Now, the sequence in terms of her, like apparently that's her actual, like, personality. She's crazy. Like, you saw how she was at the after credit sequence after the logo. We're bringing the war to him. Ah! She's crazy. Okay, she's crazy. So that's where so I kind of get that point in terms of really showing her true self, her real personality there at that moment, and then suiting up, which is cool. But the line was unnecessary. So everything good about the episode. They did a really good job of showcasing Red Death and how, you know, cool the suit is, and then seeing a lot of Javicia in the episode, of course, being this other version of Ryan. And even it was interesting to reveal too about the controlling of the suit, because I was like questioning things, because when we see Ryan at, you know, Iris and Barry's apartment, and then we cut back to the continuation of the scene where we have Red Death talking to Flash. I'm like, so are we saying that this is like these two scenes are happening at different times during the night? Was it like an editing issue? Because it's like they're in two places at once, and then the reveal that Red Death took off the helmet and it's the suit, which is interesting. Okay. But the whole sequence between the suit, Red Death suit, and Barry was really interesting as well. Of course, he was captured by Rainbow. Is it Rainbow Raider? I think that's the character's name. Like we've seen in freaking forever. I think since the crossover between Flash, the very first Flash and Arrow crossover. It's like this character's been gone for so long, and then they bring Rainbow Raider into the fold. With the whole sequence there, at times it was a little hard to understand the Red Death suit. It's kind of weird to say Red Death suit because technically it's Red Death, but it's the suit talking. But still, it was a little hard at times because of the voice modulation. But still, very interesting back and forth, because Barry was under this impression that this is the Avatar, which is weird to hear that, the Avatar, because I'm thinking Avatar Last Airbender, but the Avatar of the negative Speed Force. And so Barry basically messed up in terms of his assumptions, so it's getting really bad. And of course, Chilblain's making the Cosmic Treadmill and all that kind of stuff. Here's the interesting thing. I think Iris, early on, before they really started hinting at it, I think Iris knew something was up before it got to the point where she was referencing what truly happened to Ryan's mom. And I think that was the turning point. And then, of course, pulling out the gun or whatever that was, some sort of like weapon. And I think she knew earlier than it would, because like there was like times they cut to Candace, who plays Iris, and she's like just looking at like, And I tweeted this when she opened the door to Ryan. I said, "Don't open the door." And Iris, of course, opens the door. And then she doesn't question the streak of white in her hair, which shows the differences. I'm assuming at some point, because we know that Javicia shot on set with her Batwoman suit, there was a TikTok made with her and Candace Patton. So we know at some point she's going to be seen in the Batwoman suit. So that's how they showed the difference between the two versions of Ryan, is that there's going to be that white streak, which is the Red Death version of the character. When she's there to talk to Iris, and then she gets, of course, found out, the gun's pointed at her. The story she told about being adopted by the Waynes, well, this is, if you want to believe this narrative, because I don't know, there's some, like, do I want to believe her actual full story? But the, being adopted by the Waynes, they're gunned down, and then she spent all this time putting villains into Arkham, including Hush, which is like, okay, nice pull on the Hush. And then even her own brother, which is implying, because I remember I didn't watch season 3 of Batwoman. I didn't get past season 2, but I heard that her brother in season 3 becomes a version of the Joker or whatever. I'm like, okay. So that was their kind of way of, I guess, hinting at that on this other Earth, if this is to be believed, this story. And then she's like, well, the Flash was the biggest villain, and that was the, going to break segment. But then saying how she wanted to basically one-up and like eliminate crime, put away criminals before they can even commit a crime. It's pretty clear that there's some holes in this story, especially when she makes artificial Speed Force and all that kind of stuff, and trying to go against the Flash, and the Flash turns on her, and her wording and her phrasing was, well, the Flash, he had his demons, he had a dark side, and he broke out all of his rogues to go against me, and there was this big war and all this stuff. It's like, and I killed the Iris of my Earth. And she's like, she claims it was an accident. I don't know. Like, did she actually, like, I'm pretty sure that she actually killed Iris and meant it because she was going against the Flash. Because I don't believe a word she was saying at all. Now, it could be true that she was adopted by the Waynes and they were gunned down, and so she had like a version of what Bruce Wayne went through. But I don't know. That little moment between, because we had a little bit of this line in last week's episode, which was the line everybody pulled as like cringe, I am vengeance. So in this time, the line was completed, the iconic Kevin Conroy Batman line, except for the change at the end. I am vengeance, I am the night, I am the Red Death. I think she said I am the Red Death. So I am Batman. So it's close, right? I like that. And it was the voice modulated, so it was better delivered, because I feel like Javicia, like, with that line, now knowing more of her now in the context of this episode, the way she says I am vengeance, I think that was part of her personality coming out, where she's crazy. I think she's crazy. So that was interesting. Seeing the reformed rogues, it's kind of, gray area, like Goldface, like, really, is Daddy Like the Metal really a reformed rogue? Anyways, seeing them was kind of interesting in the episode. I mean, even though I feel like Hotness, like, take it or leave it, I like, really don't care about the character. And Goldface, I only tolerate him because he said the most stupidest line ever in this show, besides Greasy, is Daddy Likes the Metal, which is like, okay, whatever. So it was interesting to see them, sure. What else? A lot of, like, the whole thing about Barry talking to Joe Blaine, like, stop it. And then them discussing, hey, this is going to get worse. And then, of course, in the after credit sequence, like, she's like freaking out. And she's like, okay, well, if I can't go back to my Earth, but she was saying, like, Barry did this. Like, no, it was Chillblaine that short-circuited, overloaded it, whatever. But she's still blaming, like, we're going to bring the war to him. Ah! Going crazy. Okay. Whatever you say. So, yeah, this episode had a lot of interesting things for sure. Some things that just really irritated me. But I feel like that overall, besides the little things you want to pick out, I think this was a pretty good episode. Also, too, the little thing real fast, the Keon, how you pronounce that, the new Caitlin, the whole thing about, she's saying that, Chillblaine, even though he was going to force me to become, Frost again and all this kind of stuff, his life isn't isn't as less valued than anybody else and all that kind of stuff, and saying we're all connected and everything. It's interesting to see this new version of Caitlin Keown. It's interesting to see how she kind of refers back to certain things. It kind of connects it all to we're all connected, like plants, because she's really like into plants and nature and stuff. It's an interesting direction. You know, I kind of wish it was still Caitlin instead of this new Keown. I hate the fact that we've lost a classic character that appeared before the Flash even began. She was in Arrow season 2 with Cisco. There was some random scene and there was Deathstroke or whatever. Like, she's been around that long, the actress, and the fact that we don't have Caitlin is kind of odd, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Cecile and Joe are saying Joe was looking for houses. Then he realized, hey, Jenna thinks you're a superhero. She drew a picture of you, a superhero. We're going to stay in Central City. But how are they going to explain when Joe is absent because the actor's not supposed to be in a lot of this season because he's actually on another show, I think, as a lead. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. And they already confirmed like a long time ago, only 5 episodes, supposedly 5 episodes for this season. So I don't know. He might appear more. Who knows? But anyways, what do you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts. What do you think of Red Death? And what do you think is going to happen next week? I mean, I think this is supposed to be wrapping up the storyline next week, so we'll see about that. The war's coming to Flash, apparently. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.